From playing X-23 in Logan to Lyra in his Dark Materials, Dafne Keen exploded out of seemingly nowhere. So what has she been up to ever since then? Let's take a look. Dafne Keen absolutely crushed it as Lyra, the X-23 mutant who is Wolverine's biological daughter in Logan. The search for Lyra was extensive, and the filmmakers were specifically looking for a bilingual actor. Director James Mangold knew they had discovered someone very special when they cast Keen to play Lyra. Speaking to Digital Spy, Mangold said, "She's a remarkable kid, very physically capable, incredibly gifted as an actress. I mean, it was a huge risk for Fox to allow me to make a movie where the third point of the triangle was built upon someone so young." Keen still raves about her experience working with Hugh Jackman. She told LUK that on Fridays, Jackman would hand out lottery tickets to everyone on the crew, so she would have an excuse to get to know everyone working on the film. She added, "That really stayed with me. Now I try to meet everyone and learn as many names as I can. He taught me to be humble and grateful." Keen's impressive performance in Logan set her up for a successful career as a child actor, and she knows the visibility the role gave her was instrumental in building her promising career. She told Numero Netherlands, "Being cast in that film has forever changed my life, and I am so wildly grateful for it. The doors it has opened for me professionally has been wild. I'm so privileged for having had that opportunity." Keen's parents prioritized her education and childhood experiences, despite allowing her to pursue professional acting. Keen's mother believes the preservation of childhood is fundamental to the shaping of a person as a human being, so it must be protected. At 15, Keen still attended her state school in Madrid and considered acting her second priority. She always tried to shoot films and series during breaks from school, but used on-set tutors when needed. Keen told LUK, "I never considered quitting school to be homeschooled. It wouldn't be good for my mental health. If a project were to massively interfere with my education, it's not important. It's school all the way." Rather than moving to Los Angeles and letting acting take over her life, Keen's family encouraged her to stay as a kid as long as possible. This approach might be surprising, considering some child actors work as much as they can and build their fortune before turning 18. However, Keen's parents instilled gratitude and perspective in their gifted daughter, teaching her that acting is a privilege.
Being in the public eye, you get good opinions and bad opinions. And sometimes you just have to learn that the only opinions that matter are the ones of the people who know you.
Anna is a charming film about a down-on-his-luck used car salesperson, Rafa, and the little girl who lives across the street from his used car lot. When Anna's mother is arrested and temporarily incarcerated, Rafa reluctantly agrees to drive Anna to her uninvolved father's house after seeing how poorly Anna's mother's live-in boyfriend treats her. Through a series of misadventures, Rafa and Anna develop a strong and surprising bond. Keen filmed Anna in Puerto Rico during the aftermath of Hurricane Maria. For her, she particularly enjoyed the experience of filming in the country, telling LUK, "I got to film with people who spoke my language, and it was the most beautiful experience." Although the indie movie was filmed not too long after Logan came out in 2017, the release date was delayed until 2020. Anna received mixed reviews from critics, but it raised interesting questions about Puerto Rican identity and politics regarding the island's complex relationship with the US. Keen lent her voice to 13 episodes of the BBC podcast The Battersea Poltergeist. In the story, she plays Shirley Hitchings, a 15-year-old girl whose family is terrorized by a suspected poltergeist for over a decade. Keen starred alongside Toby Jones, who played Harold Chibbett, the real-life historical figure who investigated the strange haunting that began in 1956. Danny Robbins is the host of the podcast, which investigates one of Britain's most interesting hauntings through a blend of documentary and drama. He uses boxes of records Chibbett kept to add dramatic interludes throughout the episodes. While Hitchings is still alive and was interviewed for the podcast, Keen plays Shirley during her youth, bringing the wit the actor is known for to the character. The podcast is perfect for anyone who loves ghost stories and paranormal investigations. In fact, the Battersea Poltergeist was so popular that Peacock is currently developing both a scripted and unscripted series based on it. Although Keen has probably aged out of playing a 15-year-old girl on television and is unlikely to return to the project, she did a fantastic job bringing Shirley to life for the podcast. Keen's first audition for his Dark Materials happened while she was filming Logan. When she didn't hear back, she assumed someone else got the role. After wrapping up production of Anna, Keen was asked to send another digital audition. Despite a poor Wi-Fi connection and a jellyfish sting on her face, she still got the role in the end.
I started auditioning for Lyra when I was 11, and I started filming when I was 13.
Keen plays headstrong Lyra in 23 episodes across 3 seasons of the HBO screen adaptation of Philip Pullman's His Dark Materials trilogy. While she hadn't read the novels before she got the part, she devoured them all in 2 weeks while on set, and quickly became a fan of the series. Although Season 3 wrapped up Pullman's epic trilogy, Keen could still return to the role in future series if anyone wants to make them, since the stories Lyra's Oxford and The Secret Commonwealth continue Lyra's story. Speaking to The Guardian, Keen explained what she learned from playing Lyra, saying, "She taught me to speak up, be bold, be brave, be yourself. Don't follow rules, because rules can be useful, but they can be very stupid." Most importantly, playing Lyra taught Keen to trust her gut. She told Fabric magazine, "I think it is so important, especially as women or as people of minorities, to trust your gut." Keen landed a role in the Star Wars show The Acolyte. The series takes place in the last days of the High Republic, when the Jedi were at their most powerful, and is set approximately 100 years before the prequel trilogy. Keen was thrilled to be cast in the series as Padawan Jackie Lawn, because she grew up watching the movies. She told Numero Netherlands, "I think there's even a photo roaming around the internet of me dressed as a Jedi, because that's how big of a fan I was." Elaborating about her character, Keen explained how Jackie is a human-alien hybrid, and used an interesting analogy, telling Empire magazine, "David Bowie meets Star Wars. I have a little mullet. I have horns. It's cute." The role also gave Keen a chance to dive into stunt work. As she told Entertainment Weekly, "It was my favorite part of filming. I loved the whole training process of it. Everyone was very excited about it, which then made it much more fun. Our incredible stunt team created this kind of fusion of different martial arts, and we were really trained in how to use the sabers."
It was actually really interesting and fascinating, and I really loved the whole physical process of it.
Nice.
Keen finished production of the horror movie Whistle in January 2024 and celebrated with an Instagram post, showcasing her co-stars and saying, "Wrapped on a horror I got to make with these funky people." Whistle is about a group of high school misfits who find a cursed object, an Aztec death whistle, that when used hastens the approach of their impending death. Speaking to Deadline, director Corin Hardy said, "The premise of Whistle is simple, immediate, and has a fresh, haunting mythology. The screenplay has echoes of some of my favorite classic horrors like The Ring, A Nightmare on Elm Street, or It Follows, with elements of seminal high school movies The Breakfast Club and Donnie Darko." Rampant rumors that Keen was in talks to reprise her role of Laura before the strikes have led to speculation that she might appear as X-23 in Deadpool and Wolverine. Keen doesn't think Laura's story is over either and would like to revisit the character. She told Looper, "I'm 100% hopeful. I'm trying not to get my hopes up too high in case it doesn't happen, but I really do hope it does because I loved playing Laura. She holds a very special place in my heart and she's an incredible character. Despite her desire to play Laura again, it's unlikely Keen will reprise her role in Deadpool and Wolverine. The plot of the upcoming film takes place before the events depicted in Logan, and this Wolverine might be a variant, but that doesn't mean Keen would ever revisit her breakout role. The actor told comicbook.com she would jump at the chance if it ever presented itself. Although many fans thought the chance for her to reappear as X-23 was well and truly over after Disney acquired 20th Century Fox, Deadpool and Wolverine gives hope that other mutants from Fox's X-Men films could still show up in future movies. No one knows the direction that the MCU is going in at the moment, and there is still the possibility that Keen could end up returning as Laura, even in a post-credit scene or cameo.
There's no going back.
When The Face asked Keen what her dream role is, she said, "I've been playing a feral, orphaned daddy issue girl for the last 9 years of my life, so I'm ready to play women. I'd love to play a villain. I never want to play the same role twice." Many child actors struggle with the transition of acting as an adult, but Keen has things well in hand. She has an interesting project on the horizon, co-starring Samantha Lorraine in the directorial debut of actor Jay Hernandez. The film is called Night Comes and follows 2 sisters tasked with a mission that could decide the fate of humanity. As Hernandez told Deadline, "We have a chance to do 2 unique things simultaneously. We have a visually stunning exploration of genre, with edge-of-your-seat action coupled with what I see to be a character study in a world where rules, gender roles, and order no longer exist. And it's a journey into how these 2 young women define sisterhood. After playing orphaned girls, it'll be interesting for Keen to explore what sisterhood means to her and to transition to more grown-up roles." When asked what her future entails, the actor told Untitled magazine, "The future of Dafne Keen is to be seen, honestly. I've got a few projects that are very hush-hush, so nothing I can really talk about, but very exciting everything all in all. I'm very excited for the future. Keen is also interested in taking her acting skills to the stage, just like her parents, and has a life goal of doing Shakespeare in London. She told Elle UK, "The Globe is where my parents met, so it's an important place to me." Keen would also love to act on Broadway in a musical. As she told Deadline, "I would love to be in West Side Story. I love Anita. Maria is quite fun, but I would love to do actually just any character in West Side Story." Keen is a creative person beyond just acting. In 2022, she told Design Scene, "I really enjoy photography. I really enjoy writing and creating in general." She is interested in almost everything that goes into making a film or series and expressed an interest in going to film school to learn screenwriting, directing, and cinematography. While on the set of his Dark Materials, Keen tried to learn from every department about what goes into making a series, suggesting she was very interested in what happens behind the cameras. As she expressed to Deadline, "I really want to direct, and I really want to write. I write in my free time quite a lot. I also want to study photography and be a DOP at some point. I just want to do as many different things as possible."